या देवी सर्वभूतेषु शक्तिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। या देवी सर्वभूतेषु मातृरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। या देवी सर्वभूतेषु मीरारूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। पूज्य माँ भगवती, पूज्य श्री अरविंद, you all are present here, the chosen soul of the Divine Mother, and the listeners outside listening to this nectar of the existence are equally blessed chosen souls of the Divine Mother. Whether they accept Mother to be the World Mother, Universal Mother, Aditi Bhagavati or not, that is the limitation of the mind. Whatever is nearer to us appears to be valuable, and whatever is far away, incomprehensive, appears to be unrealistic. That is what the greatest blunder on the part of human perception, being recognized by our mind since the very inception of mental consciousness into this earthly consciousness for evolution. So there are two different layers of the mind. One layer of mind is for Shiv, that is the absolute consciousness, constantly manifesting, accelerating and creating evolution here on the planet of the earth or elsewhere or another planet where science still fails to analyze. That is one type of mind. Mind of the Supreme, that is the mind of light. That is beyond any limitation. The mind of light is beyond any limitation. There is no limitation. And the second layer of mind, that is what experienced and executed by nature, Prakriti. That is Para Prakriti of Om Tat Sat. They were and they are being operated at the highest level, that is Shiv Shakti, and that is the mind of light, where Shiv Tattva is also there, energy Tattva, energy also as Tattva, as essence is also there. And the manifestation of this divine light, manifestation of this divine knowledge, manifestation of this divine love, manifestation of this divine divinity on the earth is the accountability of the Paraprakriti, Mahasakti, Aditi, Mother. That is World Mother. So the Mother has to put both these quantum as understood, executed, created by Supreme. That is one mind, one layer of mind, pure and perfect, eternal. And another layer of the mind, that Prakriti, matter, nature, is going to execute on the surface of the earth, and which as a consequent of this, as a consequent, as second reality is manifesting. That is another layer of mind. So Mother has to ride on the two horses together at a time, and to find out what is the divine determinism is working apparently as mind, virtually as spirit. So mind, human mind at our level, when it tries to find it out, it's a big riddle, but somehow or the other, Mother, without having any prior definition to her mission in this birth, though was not specifically clarified by Sri Aurobindo also, though living lifelong with him, Mother will have to find out the objective of her mission, and Mother will have to find out the procedure to execute it, procedure to put it into action for the entire humanity. Is a very powerful riddle presented before the Mother. So Mother is all the while in such a unbearable burden, unbearable compression, unbearable weight. So that is also indicated by Mother before Satprem. What is going on inside, to find out the mind in the ocean of the mind, to find out the light in the ocean of the darkness, and find out the spark of true knowledge, nahi gnanena sadrasham pavitram vidyate, from the darkest cave of the existence, is such a Herculean task as if to find out a pearl from the ocean. A pearl from the ocean. Ocean is there and pearl is also there. Both the things are guaranteed to us, but still no modus operandi is up till now authentically established, even by evolution too. So that purest pearl is the purest stuff, is the purest divine stuff that is hidden in the cell, and that is the mind of cell. So mind is not to be discarded, mind is to be so materialized, mind is to be so executed at its perfect level, that is Aradhika. Mind is Prakriti, but Para-Prakriti is to be made to work in Apara-Prakriti's appearance. Apara-Prakriti here is not reality, is a reflection. So object is to be activated in reflection, So object also will have to be pure. Then and then only reflection also will be pure. Object also will have to be divine. Then reflection of that divine in the clear mirror, that is the mind working here. Mind of the cell is to be made working actively here on the level of manifestation, and both of them are simultaneously put together, clubbed together, and to be made the real bridge, the absolute bridge leading towards the absoluteness. Very difficult task, but Mother shares her own experiences as such with Satprem, because the only man gracefully and blessedly placed within the orbit of the Mother, where new vertical velocity is created, which has not up till now imagined by anybody. Lived by Sri Aurobindo, but was not made cognizant to the Mother. This is what your mission, and you will have to execute it. Lord, thou shalt wilt and I execute was the prayer made by the Mother. But what is to be executed and what perceptive is to be brought down on the earth even after the supramental descent on the earth. Supramental is the highest perfection of mental consciousness, and which has to be brought down on the earth. But for what? That modus operandi is not scientifically explained by Sri Aurobindo to the Mother, and without being a clue to it, Mother is compelled as Supreme Prakriti, as Supreme Paraprakriti, to create the new world on this world, to create the consciousness of the new earth on this concrete earth materialized up till now, and to bring down the new divinity that was not depicted, nor defined, nor experienced, nor seen, nor even what we call assimilated by our ancient rishis, Vedant, and knowledge in whatever form it up till now existed anywhere. So it is a biggest challenge, but still Mother undertakes it. And Mother does not only undertake it, Mother executes it also here on the earth. So it's a new earth, new world, new life, new existence, new sun, new light. And the soul, the dormant, static, is to be made so dynamic that it can be the equivalent entity to the Supreme there that is invisible. So visibility is to be generated from invisibility. Spark of light is to be generated from the ocean of the darkness. And in a utmost simplified way, we can compare it that pearl is there still. We have to accept its existence on the strength of our faith, but not blind faith, not our so-called religious faith, faith of the psychic. Faith of the psychic. Mind is also to be operated, and psychic is also to be operated. imperfect instrument is also to be operated, and perfect instrument of psychic is also to be operated, and both are to be operated that there won't be any sort of visible or invisible visible contradiction. There is no contradiction between Prakriti and Purus. There is no contradiction between divinity absolute, spirit absolute, light absolute, reality absolute, knowledge absolute, truth absolute, and that too in totality. So totality is to be so projected that in the world of imperfection, that totality can create the world of perfection with common scientific visibility for the existence. That is life divine. And that is why supramental, the supreme power, the supramental, the supreme prakriti, supreme power, supramental, the Shiv and Shakti in miniature, Shiv and Shakti in nucleus, has been brought down on the earth for everybody to be the divine entity on the apparent imperfect world, that is new world. A new light shall break upon the earth, a new world shall be born, and the things so far announced will be fulfilled. That time of future is also to be converted into time of present. When can it be converted? If time of past ceases to be the time of past. Up till now, whatever truth that was proclaimed, presented, lived, has also to be reassembled with the new light, new truth, new consciousness on the earth. A very terrible task is there. Terrible experiment is there. As existence, Sri Aurobindo has written in Savitri, existence is a divine experiment. It was divine experiment. Then what is the truth? What is the outcome of that divine experiment? Divinity in toto, divinity at perfection, divinity in purity is the outcome of this divine experiment. It's a new stuff. It's a new matter. It's a new element. It is a sixth bhoot. Panchama bhoot is a matter. Over and above matter and over and above spirit, that is to be brought down on the earth and is to be so powerfully shown into this mortal earth, and that will be the seed of immortality. So it is this mind of the cell that can make the person executing, that can make the prakriti executing the seed of divinity at individual level, at universal level, and is the determinism of the spirit absolute Om Tat Sat, and that also can be felt, that also can be experienced, and that also can be lived here on this imperfect earth. Very difficult task. Tomorrow's scientists will have to work on it for centuries to materialize it, to realize it. Mother has started experiencing the same thing for the first time in her very small room, in very small corner of the existence. So what is the pedestal for Parashakti to execute this? A very small room. And that is what the very result, how the ocean of ignorance is roaring everywhere. And mind, scholastic mind has been given to us, becomes absolutely helpless against this mind. Mind is mind, but mind cannot digest, is the tragedy of mind. Mind is mind, but it cannot be digested, comprehended and seen by the mind itself. That is supramental. Mental is there, but mind doesn't recognize it to be mind. And mother is to create a force, create a new sight within. Sri Aurobindo has defined it to be a psychic sight. The sight of our mind, the sight of our physicality cannot see, that is but natural. That is very natural limitation. But even the psychic sight has also to exercise, has also to practice, has also to find out the modus operandi. Is really a biggest challenge. Challenge also falls short of a challenge between this greatest challenge. And that was accomplished by the divine second time on the earth. Existence is a divine experiment. The second superior existence is also a still divine experiment, but divine at its perfect level. That is the sadhana of Radha, to be Aradhika and to be Paraprakriti at the perfect level is Ati Mansik Radha. So what type of mind Ati Mansik Radha requires to be the companion of the Supreme on the earth is a challenge, and that has been fulfilled before Satprem for 23 years after Sri Aurobindo's departure. That is mind of sales. It's self-evident. What is important for the next species? For the next species, this is to be explored. We people failed to explore it today. This is what the grandest truth offered to the humanity is not understood by the mankind, nor understood by the disciples, not understood by the religious people, not understood by the present Rusis, not understood by the present spiritualists, not understood by the present travelers, pilgrims and passengers. Passengers can't understand, is understandable. Traveler also cannot understand it, still we can comprehend. But pilgrims cannot understand, and pilgrim also fails to understand it. Is a tragedy of the present world, tragedy of the present humanity, and tragedy of the present existence. To rectify this, supramental was descended down on the ground, on the earth. Self-evident. This is self-evident. Nobody can analyze it. What is important for the next species? We shall know it only when we get there. We shall know it only when we shall get there. If we become the true crystallized mind, then only we can penetrate into its orbit. If we dive deeper and deeper, then we can find out the pearl is there, and now pearl is our prerogative. Is not only our right, is our prerogative. We are meant for this pearl on the earth. So body is meant for this, is not useless, is not to be buried, not to be burnt, is not useless stuff that is given by the body. Is also the concretized consciousness. Body is also the concretized light. Body is also an embodiment of the supreme light. not the light that we experience here on the earth. So body will have to understand that it is nothing but one of the modus operandi of the light to manifest divinity on the concrete earth. We shall know it only when we get there. The Cossacks, vertebrae, are an unimportant vestige from an organ that was quite important to monkeys. We are monkeys. We have got superficial mind. Still we have got operative organs. Organs of the monkey are operative, very efficient, very dynamic, very determined, very decisive. But operator is not decisive. Operator is not efficient. Operator is not competent. Our mind at present is the mind of monkey in the human format. But it's not the only mind of monkey that is all in all for us to be the human being. It is the force of the mind, it is the consciousness of mind that has made our body human body, but is not appropriately, significantly operated up till now. Now is bound to be operated as or in tune with the divine specifications why human being is created on the earth at the level of humanity. That is why new world is born. New planet is not born. New matter is not born. New earth is not born. This is the new world. New consciousness is born. With this new mind, which was already there in the cells, but is not up till now made operative, is the question. It's easy to understand if it were a matter of stopping one thing and starting another. We can understand. If this is the old world, is to be neglected, is to be discarded, and now this is going to be the new world. As old building is to be dismantled and new building is being prepared. But the moment new building is completely prepared, now old building loses its importance. Up till now it was of the ultimate use, but now it loses its importance. So death is useful up till now, but now death is to be discarded and removed, provided we have got the new body ready for us. And who can grasp, who can conduct, who can operate new body? As mind is to govern the physicality, vitality and mentality of its own power. Also mind is supposed to govern. We have energy, but unless and until we put energy into practice, we cannot estimate quantum of energy we possess. Similarly, the power of mind, unless and until we put into practice to open up our new world, open up our new existence, open up our new dimension, we cannot realize that this much power has already been given to us. That is know thyself. That is know thyself. So the entire concept, entire definition of Atma Tattva is being newly projected by Sri Aurobindo before us. Atma Tattva is not simply mean for being living and breathing. Atma Tattva has been given to us right from the beginning of evolution, meant for understanding each and every cell of the matter, each and every cell of the body, each and every atom of the earth. That is for the first time Mother experienced, and it presents before Satprem, and Mother is also doubtful to what extent Satprem receives my verdicts in toto or not. As if if it were a matter of stopping one thing and starting another, it could be done fairly quickly. Over and above that, it could be done fairly quickly. New building is to be erected, but we should not delay. If we delay, what will be the consequence? We will be compelled to live in the old house. We will be compelled to live in the worn and torn house. We will be compelled to live in the imperfect house, knowing our perfection well. So it should be quickly made. Work of supramental is such that transformation of universal consciousness and transformation of cosmic consciousness, bringing down the new world on this old world, is so fast, so quick, that crores of centuries and crores of years have been so compacted, concentrated in one moment of time. That is timeless. Our mind, materialized mind at present, cannot understand this time. Materialized mind cannot grasp the space at present. Einstein stops there. So it will be new reality and new relativity simultaneously working on the same plane. So new time is also required and new space is also required. New space is new world and new time is immortality. But this mind can comprehend it. But that mind is also so hidden in the nucleus of the cell, and crores of cells are there in pattern in our body, and up till now jerks were given to us at the end of every age, but still we fail to grasp the real cause of our existence. The Vedanta was at our disposal, Greek knowledge was at our disposal, Greek medical science was at our disposal, and total quantum of knowledge from Socrates to Sikandar at our disposal. We failed and we did not find it out. We did not find out the master key and master cause of this existence. That is the truth for the first time for entire humanity is found out by the mother. But keeping a body alive, see that. But keeping a body alive, making sure it continues to function while at the same time pursuing a few functioning and a transformation, that makes a kind of very difficult combination to realize. As I told you, these two layers of mind, they are to be brought together in order to understand the perfection of existence. This is the perfection of existence. Purnat purnamidam purnameva vishishyate purnasya purnamadaya. So that perfection is to be realized informally, unknowingly, without any process of spelling it out in language, in words. Ganga Sati did it. Panbai was made to do it. And so many isolated, significant examples as such might be there in the Western world, in the Eastern world, all over the earth. But it has not become the common nature, because our nature was ultimately handed over to our wrong habits, our dark habits, our dead habits, and we are the victims of the death. So right from that level to the highest height of the Supreme, that mind of the cell has to be made operative. That makes a kind of very difficult combination to realize, especially if you take the heart, for example, if you take the heart, we don't understand mind. So Suppose we don't understand the functioning as such of mind. Now take the example of concrete heart. Heart is working, cardiogram is there, mindogram is not there. Cardiogram is there, mindogram is not there. Still mind is working, mind is functioning, mind is running ourselves, and mind is running the universe. Now time is there and we are experiencing. Mind is running the God. Mind is running the God. Oh, this is your God, this is my God. Who made it? My mind. My mind has made it. As Arnold Irwin says, God created man in his own image, but man proved to be wiser that he created God in his own image. That exercise is the exercise of our mind. Now let us stop here, thus far and no further. The real mind is yet to be explored, and we must start exploring the real mind in order to be faster passenger on this uncharted route.